So, a very warm good morning to all of you. So, let's continue with today's paper discussion. SC says it can end wait for consensual divorce. SC says it can use its extraordinary power under Article 142 of the Constitution to grant divorce on the ground of irretrievable breakdown of marriage if separation is inevitable and damage is irreparable. So, with some other news. Which one? There's these are political news. Amendment to Factories Act withdrawn, says Stalin. PIL 6 bids against screening for nursery admission passed. The, the importance of constitutional punctuality. So recently, this article has been written by Manu Raj Sanmura Sundaram. It is asking about constitutional punctuality. Buying time, dithering on Adani would prove will dent CBI's credibility. The script and track of master storyteller. Satyajit Ray, Amitabh Bhattacharya is a writer of this editorial and is a retired IAS officer. Okay, he's uh, telling about the life of Satyajit Ray. What are the achievements? So you can go through this article. So yeah, this one, the death of another Nehruvian idea. I think it looks more interesting. So let's continue with this article. So a few days before National Science Day, February 28, okay, means 2 or 3 days back, an official press release of the Department of Science and Technology cryptically announced the death of Vigyan Prasar, an autonomous body under its purview. It did not explain its decision to shut the agency, which is tasked with promoting scientific temper and enhancing the public understanding of science through communication. Okay, there was some department, autonomous body that was under Department of Science and Technology. So, which motive was to promote the scientific temper around the people. And means in lots of peoples and villages there are superstitious activities are going on. So, scientific temper, their motto was to promote. Officials have tried to explain that the move was a part of the exercise initiated by the Niti Aayog to rationalize the functioning of an autonomous societies functioning under various wings of the union government. The fact that Vigyan Parasar is not alone in this exercise is consolation. The whole affair has been choked in secrecy, with no public consultation. Since it began an exercise to target autonomous bodies, it implies the government wants all its agencies to be centrally run and without functional institutionally and intellectually autonomy. So basically, this institute was under Department of Science and Technology. So there was neither direct or indirect involvement of central government. And since it was basically on the institute was on the level of government, so it was having a very it can play a very big role to promote the scientific temper. It can also ask some it can also objectify some institutes who will promote a very superstitious kind of activities. So it has so much power, but unfortunately, this autonomous body has been shut down by the government or the Department of Science and Technology. So let's see the history of this autonomous body. The origins of Vigyan Prasar. Well, Vigyan Prasar started functioning in 1989. It was a Nehruvian idea of science, communication, and scientific awareness, tracing itself to the early days of independence. It has been a part of unbroken chain of government institutions and policies concerning scientific temper since 1947. For Jawaharlal Nehru, science and technology were essential inputs in the nation-building projects, and this was reflected in the creation of national laboratories, higher education institutions, large stamps, and so on, to fight irrationality and obscurantism. What's this word? Obscurantism. Okay, I will find this word meaning obscurantism. Please look it in Google. What does it mean? Nehru supported a scheme to open a Vigyan Mandir. These science centers established to popularize scientific ideas in rural populations were equipped with basic scientific appliances, books, films, and slides. Okay. So basically the Nehru idea was to establish a Vigyan Mandir, and whose objective was to promote scientific temper around rural populations. And the Vigyan Mandir will consist of scientific appliances, books, films, and slides that will promote scientific ideas and scientific science communication through all India Radio and Krishi Vigyan Kendra played a pivotal role in the adoption of new high-yielding crop varieties powered by the Green Revolution. As new societal challenges like the energy crisis and the superstitious belief emerged, the DST formed an agency to promote public debate on science and technology. Thus was born the National Council of Science and Technology Communication in 1982. So this was born in, or you can say the agency was established in 1982. It supported several voluntary groups and grassroots science movements. One of its major contributions was Bharat Jan Vigyan Jatha movement, which after its culminations gave birth to a network of voluntary organizations. This took the shape of All India People's Science Network, which survives the date. From the NCS, TCS, TC's work and the momentum generated by BJ Vision flowed the idea of National Institute of Science and Technology Communication. So this was Vigyan Prasar. Both NCS, TC and Vigyan Prasar had a common driving force. Narendra K. Sehgal and Vigyan Prasar prepared content on scientific temper and disseminated it widely via radio, TV in the 1990s. So, if you will see in history, how they were promoting the scientific temperament through radios and some editorials. So, they were the two protagonists for these movements. You can say Narendra K. Sehgal and Vigyan Prasar. So this includes Vigyan Bidi, 13-part radio series on the method of science in 16 languages, Bharat Ki Chhap, 13-part TV series on the history of science in India, Manav Ka Vikas, 144-part radio series on evolution in 18 languages, Kyun Aur Kaise, TV series on critical thinking, a question of science, TV shows on scientific questions. It also commissioned filmmakers to produce documentaries about leading scientists, the history of science, and similar subjects. One notable outreach project was Eclipse 95, a year-long program to generate awareness and create a safe viewing opportunities of the total solar eclipse of 1995. Since then, popular astronomy as a vehicle for spreading scientific literacy and awareness has been a key component of agency's activities. So it is all talking about the scientific revolution in our country. It's how this scientific development has been promoted in our country. Basically, means just before, if you will see some decades back, most of the people were believing that most of the superstitious activities they're believing, like or maybe female fertilizers. This was also some kind of superstitious activities that if some girl will born in your family, then it will curse your family. So this kind of this to eradicate all this kind of thoughts. So government has taken some steps on, and most of this campaign has been spread through radio, because before in 1980s or 90s time there were no TVs from far its original mandate. More recently, however, Vigyan Prasar had veered away from its original mandate. New projects were launched without adequate preparation and coordination. For instance, the agency started DD Science in collaboration with Doordarshan as a 1 hour daily program for science. But it started rehashing documentaries telecast earlier. This was followed by an OTT channel called IndiaScience.in. While implementing these projects, Vigyan Prasar's leadership fell into the trap of equating science communication with the government publicity. The OTT Science Channel degenerated into a propaganda platform covering routine events such as Prime Minister Republic Day speech, Pariksha Pe Charcha, the Science Channel dutifully. So as the time passes, the the mandate, or you can say the mandate of this autonomous body has been changed. Means they were now promoting the speeches of Prime Minister and some Pariksha Pe Charchas, like so they were more inclined towards the government events, government whatever the events conducted by the government, especially that conducted in which Prime Minister involvement was there. And yes, the OTT science degenerated into propaganda platform covering routine events such as Prime Minister Republic Day speech, Pariksha Pe Charcha and Science Channel dutifully. Yes, it was routinely covering all this uh, news. Highlighted even minor events in the constituency of Science and Technology, Minister Jitendra Singh. It left no stone unturned to glorify ancient texts and scientific benefits of yoga. The management also opened a revolving door between the agency and Vigyan Bharati Apka Viva, an affiliate of Rashtriya Swayamsevak Singh. A senior Vigyan Prasar official held post in Viva, and two agencies organized two joint events that were funded by Vigyan Prasar. So somehow it was also affiliated with the RSS. So RSS people were also involved in this autonomous body. So means slowly and gradually this becomes some kind of political platform, or some agency, just like RSS. An estimated 1.5 crore a year was given to Viva to organize an online science talent test called Vigyan Vidyarthi Manthan. It included a module on ancient science. It is strange that the rise of Viva has coincided with the decline of Vigyan Prasar in the past 5 years. As soon as the Viva that was collaborated with the Vigyan Prasar, as soon as it rises, the, the decline of Vigyan Prasar started. The government has not disclosed its motives to close Vigyan Prasar. In any case, the idea of Vigyan Prasar is an agency to promote scientific temper and critical thinking is dead. It does not matter if the entity is allowed to survive in any other form. Means, ultimately, the author has said that even it has not been closed, but its idea was not promoting. Means, what was its idea to establish such kind of autonomous body? So ultimately, it has been overshadowed by this overshadowed by this Viva, that is the program conducted by the RSS. So I think this is a very good article. You should go through it. So thank you from today's article. That's all from my side.